And guys, if you have not done so already, please make sure you subscribe to Cal Coach Radio, which is pinned on top of the chat and also located in the on my community tab and also on my bio. We're gonna live this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern time with my good man Prince Akeem and my good man New Join Era. You don't want to miss this one. So make sure you go over there to KI Coach Radio. We are going live today at 4:30 Eastern time. Normally we do go live at 6 o'clock, but we have something that's coming out later on this evening, so that's why we're going live early. So this one here, pretty much I'm going to do a reaction to Shannon Sharpe and T.I. sitting down on Club Shay Shay, and where Shannon Sharpe asked T.I. about his fatherhood and how he's pretty much do they consider him to be pretty much asking the question about the whole situation that transpired between him and King and how is he disciplining his son? Do he consider himself a bad father? Because a lot of people online they say he's not disciplining his son. That King is out here acting wild because of the lack of not being disciplined. So Ti he addressed that on Shay Shay. So I'm gonna play the audio and I'm gonna react to it because I think it was very interesting of Ti's take on fatherhood and how he pretty much how he tacked on his kids. So because a lot of people are curious about his relationship with his kids because remember people don't really see from the inside. They only look from the outside of how his kid react. So based on how your kid react, that's how we normally do. Oh, hey Chubb, what's going on, man? Chubb Peterson, he said T.I. is a horrible role model for our youth. So yes, he's probably not a outstanding father. Well, Chubb, we're gonna check it out right now. I'm gonna play the audio from when he sat down with Shannon Sharpe. So you see his perspective on that. Me, I don't really think he's doing a good job either, but I can't judge another man how he raised his kids. That's how you want to raise his kids. That's how you want to raise his kids. Now, you gotta understand. You gotta understand something too as well. Remember, he's in an age where because his kids almost. I think he's almost 18. I don't know if he's really correcting them because remember, T.I. was not raised with a father. He was raised in the streets, so he brought off a whole different perspective. So we're gonna check it out together. So sit back, have some water, have some H2O. Let's get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's not easy. And that's what I want to ask you about. It's not easy having your life play out in front of everybody to see. Because everybody, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't talk to my kids. I wouldn't give this to my kids. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this. Yeah. Is it hard having your life play out for others to judge?
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion of what you're doing.
Hey, D'Souza, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
If you gonna
great to see you here, gorgeous. Yeah, great to see you here.
But if you just kind of take from it what you want from it,
right?
And if it don't apply, let it fly,
right?
And you can, you know what I'm saying, kind of woo-saw yourself outside of the public opinion, then I think, you know, because I tell you what, I have the greatest, most extensive family photo album. I can document and, like, I can go back to when King.
What I'm talking about now, D'Souza, is the aspect of T.I. How he raised his kids. Do you think he's a bad father?
And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle. Right. And it does come with some, you know, it's some adversity.
Mm-hmm.
There's some adversity to come with that. People get in your bed.
Yeah.
You know, but.
Are you a private man?
I try to be, man, you know, but at the same time, I'm not going to.
It's kind of hard to be a private man in the public life. Huh?
I'm not going to live my life in a bubble because of some other person's, I guess, lack of awareness.
Okay.
You can't give people with the least amount of information the most consideration.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You did.
Like that.
You did. I know you know the absolute least of me, so why would I give you the most consideration? You know, you just talking about what you know, and what you know is it's a minutia.
Your family. I mean, I think the thing is that you document that you're not perfect. Your family is not perfect. You have issues like a lot of people have with your kids.
Sure.
And you know, I think King, is the one that's
Yeah.
on social media that have a little issues right now.
That's my twin.
And you like, bro, I've done everything I possibly can. But something like my grandma used to say, boy, you don't know how bad somebody head hurt until you bump your own.
You get what I'm saying?
And so you like, he gonna have to find this out. I told him the same road that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been down there. I'm trying to tell him to keep him from going down there.
I honestly ain't been down the road. He was going down because I've never had access.
The Sousa Chuck said the same thing that he wasn't a great role model.
I understand.
Came out of jail. His son is just the part of his own choices. Yeah.
You don't like being lectured to talk to him.
Not really just that. I have an excellent communication with all my kids. I try to listen as much as I speak to them.
Right.
And from his position here, man, I don't just want to be celebrity's kid. Like, I don't want to live off of y'all's success. I don't want to have to just be in y'all's shadows. And he really want to be kind of looked at
as his own man.
Not just as his own man, but he want to go through the different challenges and adversities. He want to be tested and be graded on his response to whatever his skill set is in that area.
Okay.
Not, but he did bad because he T.I. son, or he did good because he Tiny son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just really want a clean slate. And I try to tell him, you'll never have that, son.
No.
You'll never have that.
Because you know your dad and your mom.
You can't give it back.
No.
You were born with it. You can't give it back. You may well embrace it.
Who we're born to.
Exactly. And but I love him and I understand he has a strong sense of moral standards and integrity, a fabric that most people in his generation don't really necessarily carry with them.
Right.
So I appreciate that. Try to take the good with the bad and just let him know you go into prison if you keep it up. I don't wish it on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he's going through, I love him through it. And I can't say he's a great kid enough, but the media don't talk enough about the good part. You know what I mean? All they do is focus on the bad because they get them more clicks.
Right.
And, I try to make them aware of that. And, when we're young, we kind of talk about things based on how we think they should be.
Right.
Rather than acknowledging them for how we know they are.
Right.
And I just try and, walk them through it. He get better every day, though. And another thing I'd like to say, I want to say about King, right?
Yes.
As much criticism as I receive about my son,
thank you, Chuck. You too, man. See you next time. I'll be going live tomorrow, same time, 2 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm the only one on here.
Hope to see you there. Appreciate you, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. If you ain't got no bad ass kids, you got one and you got lucky. You hear me? Anybody with 3 or more, you got one that you don't know what the hell you gonna do with. Right. You feel me? Yeah. So I just want to just take the time to say that.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, this is my take on the whole aspect of T.I. and his children. Remember, as a man, you're not supposed to judge another man on how he raised his kids. Now, however, you could have a title to your own opinion. So this is my opinion. I think as King was growing up, I think King felt a lot of neglect. The way probably T.I. treat his other kids, he probably didn't treat that to King. He probably just treat King like, oh, King just King. But his other kid, he probably mentored them, probably mold them into the way he wanted them to be. Now that he probably gave them a lot of corrective action. But as King, he just let King do his own thing. Sometimes as a man, you can't do that. If you're a man, you want to make sure your kid is a representation of you. So when they get older, they're going to be a representation of you. So if King's out there doing what he's doing, causing chaos, causing beef, at the end of the day, it's a representation of you. So people are going to look at you as a bad father of you not raising your kids correctly. Now, he might say, hey, at the end of the day, I'm letting King be on his own. He got to be his own man. And then if he continues going this way, he's going to end up in prison. Yes. But as a father, when the kid's small, I think they say the best time is to raise a child like properly is at the age of 4 to going on to the age of 7, because the way you raise them at that time is pretty much that's how they're gonna be decent human beings going forward. If you raise them wrong at the age of 4 to 7, until like you just let them be spoiled and do what they want to do, when they get older, they ain't gonna take no responsibility. So that's a theory that a lot of people believe in. get your child while they're young, mold them into the way you want them to be molded. So when they get older, they won't fall away from you or fall away from your guidance on how they pretty much they'll be decent human beings. T.I. has a lot. He got to take a lot of responsibility of what King's doing right out here in the streets, and he have to be careful too because we live in a day and age now that a lot of teenagers are packing or carrying, and they're ready to use it by any means necessary, and they don't care less who kid you is, because there's no more respect anymore. So, to me, if you ask me if T.I. is a bad father, no, I would say he's an okay father. Just from the outside looking in, I don't know what he actually doing on the inside. I'm just looking from the outside because his kids is a representation of him. I don't really hear nothing bad about his other kids, but King is the one everybody's hearing bad about. King is the one that's causing a lot of beefs. King is the one that's getting into a lot of people's faces. So I think T.I. need to do better. I don't know if it's too late for King, but my opinion, he might end up in prison, or he might end up dead somewhere if he don't get something, get himself together and start messing around, because he was raised with a golden spoon. Not everybody have that opportunity, and a lot of people in the street are jealous of you because you was raised with a golden spoon. So to me, he should be acting accordingly. It's okay to be a celebrity kid. You are a celebrity kid. Your family got money. Just do what you do. But I think kids want to be like what other kids are doing, other teenagers are doing. You can't do that. You just can't. You live in two different worlds, two different brackets, two different tax brackets. So live your life the way you're supposed to live your life. Gang banging and being a gangster and being a hood dude and all that what it cried out to be. You know, I have homeboys that used to live. Hell, one of my co-hosts in KL Culture Radio, he used to be in the street. He'll tell you that it's not what you think it is. Just because you getting girls, you getting dudes, you're having a lifetime. You get to go to VIP. You got money. The end result, with Hakeem could tell you when he used to see people literally in jail, grown men crying and begging to come out, and they realized they made a mistake. So to me, King, you got a good life. You don't really have to worry about nothing. You go anywhere. All you gotta say, you T.I. son, you pretty much good to go. And I mean Hollywood, anywhere, you pretty much good to go. To me, use that ability and take your life to the next level. Don't try to be like these game bangers. Cause I'm telling you, it's not cracked up what it is, man. Because most of the game bangers, they have a check like right now that's in prison. If you give them a second chance, they will come back and say, you know what? I want to start my life over again. I want to listen to my dad, or I want to listen to my mom. Because it's not cracked up what it is, man. But T.I., to me, I think he needs to take responsibility and say, hey, I raised King wrong, and going forward, I need to do better. But T.I. was not raised without a father, and that's the problem. When it comes to black men, when they start having kids, some of them do become great fathers. I'm not gonna lie, some of them do become great fathers. I'm not gonna put them in a box, but a huge number of them don't know how to raise their kids properly because they never saw it growing up. They only saw their mom struggle, and the street pretty much raised them. It's a sad thing to see. So guys, we're going live today at 4:30 Eastern Time, KL Culture Radio. So I hope to see you there. We have a dope conversation with Princess King and New Jordan Era. Please make sure you go over there and subscribe. Remember, the link is pinned on top of the chat and also in the community tab and also in my bio. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, thank you to Sousa. Thank you, Chubb, for joining with me on my few minutes reaction recap. So thank you, guys. I love to see beautiful women. Of course, this is when you hear like heaven sent. Chubb, thank you for coming. A new guy, a new listener. So people do listen to me. Surprisingly. So let me see that. I'm over it out. See, you already know. Peace.